models, I wanted to ask, we have Toyota Corolla 2006, 2009, all those things. So I want to know, do you also have Caris 2020, 2021, 2022? And then the other question I have is, many Nigerians would actually prefer going for combo cars because they are cheaper. How do you compete in that market?
The IBM Caris is a new product. So for now, it has just one model. There are a lot of things that you need to consider before you set your price. This question is meant. The chairman is supposed to be in a better position to answer this question, but while we wait for him, so many things affect the prices of vehicles. First of all, the cost of running the factory alone. Now we talk of power. Everyone knows that power is a major limiting or the major factor affecting manufacturing industries in Nigeria. Now, at the factory we run both EEDC and generators. To mention figures, but if I tell you how much it costs to offset EEDC bill alone, not to talk of the cost of diesel, you might be amazed at how much tariff we pay per month. A lot of things are actually affecting the prices of these products. Yes, the government is actually trying, but they can do more. There are so many policies the government can enact to help the manufacturing industry. We won't go into the details of how they may be able to help us, but all these things affect the prices of these finished products. That notwithstanding, I think if you compare the prices of the new brands, other brands, their new cars and IBM, you still find out that the prices are maybe not far cheaper, but comparing the two, IBM is still the cheapest. Now, why you can outright
What's your channel name?
any of the showrooms, or even from the factory, you have auto finance, bank, access bank, where you pay a certain percentage upfront, and your vehicle will be delivered to you, while you pay the rest installmentally. What I can tell you at the moment is the number of years it will take to complete the payment. Or walk into any access bank, tell them you want to buy IBM, any IBM brand. I think they will give you a performer invoice, something like that. Then I think you pay 27% upfront. Whatever the 27% comes up to, you pay it upfront, then the rest is upfront. In some years, mostly it's from 3 years upwards, to the bank to tell you how many years it will take you to complete the payment. And but before you complete it, your vehicle will be delivered to you.
Okay, to add to what he said.
Yes, you have a just
I don't like asset
But for the auto finance, they say 36 months. You don't necessarily have to 36 months to pay. You can pay big part of it. The more payments you make, the lesser the duration.
IBM shuttle bus. He said the cheapest vehicle. He didn't ask for the cheapest SUV or the cheapest.
How much is it?
The IBM shuttle bus goes for 8,500,000. What is the range of prices of the vehicles, as in the cars, not shuttle bus. The car that IBM produces, the only car we have is Caris. Okay, we have Connect, so Kenga is an MPV. IBM Smart is an MPV too. But when you talk of, I know when you refer to cars, people mostly see cars as saloon cars, sedans. So when you say car, the only car we have is Caris and Connect. Carrier is a pickup truck. The price of IBM Caris is 14.5. 14.5. I can understand there is a little bit of murmur. Remember, you're buying a brand new car.
Take your time.
You're buying a car that was produced in 2001. Now you probably want to compare it with
6 months or more.
I don't want to mention brands, but you know where I'm going to. You want to compare it with those cars that were built in 2010, and you're buying it 12 years later for a certain price, and you want to compare the two. Buy that car, buy the 2020 model or 2021 model of that car, and I'm sure it will be more than the 14.5 I just told you.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? Tata is an Indian brand, and Tata has successfully marketed the Tata brand around the world. And it's no longer an Indian brand. I mean, even the past administration in Anambra State at the point had Tata as like its main brand. What is IBM's goal and expansion? I'll give you an instance. Toyota and the Toyota brand generally have Japanese cars. And they build cars based on American and European specifications. We have American specs in cars, you know what I'm saying? But they are Japanese brands. Does Innoson, IBM have that expansion plan? One. And two, if it does, where and how does it want to expand? And to what limits? And what measures has it taken? Because for me, this is a global brand. And this brand has the capacity of making Nnewi a Bangalore or a Silicon Valley. So what is the vision? It's not about building cars. We just check the price of the data Camry 2021 model, and it's 56 million, and the Caris is 14.5. So it's not about telling us that it is a better brand. What is the plan? How do we push our brands? How do I get to America and I see an American driving a King or a Granite? Thank you.
It's a good question actually. And while you're asking it, I know something must have run through your mind that this question is not for me. But then I'll tell you something. As a man is known no matter how I find we are building and we actually expanding. Let me not quote facts, but I can tell you that if you go to some African countries today, you see IBM. I won't mention the countries.
Please mention.
But if you go to...
You give me pride as an Nnewi man walking into Ghana and see IBM. Because I'll give you an instance, sorry, can I follow up on that?
Take it down.
Can I follow up on that? Okay. So, I'll give you an instance, right? Mercedes-Benz is a German car manufacturer. Enzo Ferrari is Italian. Aston Martin is British. They built their cars. Europe is not their market. Do you know the population of the UK? It's actually a little bit above the population of Lagos. So they are not your market. Africa is not your market. Africa is a market, but it shouldn't be your primary market. I'll give you an instance, right? If an Aston Martin understands that if he sells in China, that it will spite American market because they have a trade difference with China and America has this trade difference. He will market more in China. Who is your competition? In Nigeria, Toyota. Why are you not marketing in Asia? If you check the dollar rate of how to buy cars in Japan, you see it's quite expensive to buy Japanese cars in Japan. So why are you not moving your market to where competition is? And Africa will now see that your competitor, you took the competition market to his territory, and you are winning or you are doing something there, and now you can come home. Why can't you do that?
Excuse me, let me just change this idea. I understand the fact that you are talking about what the company is doing about brand projection, tapping into other markets, and there are some things he didn't want to say because he feels chairman is in the best position to answer those questions. But while we are waiting for chairman, let me just check this in. I'm aware that at least 3 African countries or representatives of those countries have come to this place, to chairman's house. They've come to the factory. Some of them have made orders. Some of them have even requested that you should come and set up shop there. But these things take time. And the other way you're talking about tapping into leaving Africa and tapping into other markets. One thing that you should understand is you don't just say you want to move from where you are domiciled and go to somewhere else. There's something called supply chain logistics. I don't want to go into all that, but I think, let me just give you an example. COVID was a pretty good example of what would happen if the supply chain gets disrupted. Now, we are still in Africa, we are still in Nigeria, we are trying to build capacity. We've not gotten to the point yet that we can say, let us ship 10 million cars annually. What if those orders start coming in? Do we have the capacity yet? Right now, I think what IBM is still trying to do is, let us build the capacity. So, a government, let's say, Cape Verde, let's say maybe one South Asian or South American country comes and say, okay, we want orders of, let's say, 100,000 cars. Can you deliver? The capacity to be able to process multiple orders at the same time is what we see that way. Look at the factory. If you go to somewhere like Germany, these guys have a whole big campus, like a whole community. The whole of this Innowi might be so small compared to what they have in those countries. We're not there yet, but these are still baby steps. I can remember Cornell said something that we've not even started at all. We are barely scratching the surface. I'll just say, I don't want to go into, but when chairman comes, I feel you should just put in the question and we'll be able to give you more light on it.
Sorry, Mr. Tosin, you talked about resource, if we have the resources, right? By the question of if we have resources, what do you mean? Do you mean, do we have the, no, I'm fine. Do you mean if, are you asking a question of human capacity or financial capacity? If you're talking about financial capacity, I've had Innocent Chukuma several times say, it is only a man who does not trust his business that will not take loans. If you're talking about human resources, the biggest export from Cuba, apart from cocaine and other agricultural products, are medical doctors. Most of the Chinese you see in Africa are actually people serving jail terms. Do you have an idea, sir? The human resources China export to Africa aren't just experts. They are people serving jail terms. So what are you asking of? The capacity, is it financial or human?
So I think this is where I would just say a little bit. Well, I won't go into because we need Chairman to answer this question. He knows the business, he owns the business, he knows it inside our thoughts. I've related with other industrialists in this town, and there's a whole work that goes into manufacturing something from raw materials to the final product. And that's just one part of your own engineering or manufacturing process. Getting it into the market, distributing, marketing the product, and after sales is another part entirely. If you are saying, is it a financial thing, is it a human resource thing, I will tell you that I don't believe it's ever is going to be a human resource thing, because we are very, very gifted. We have very gifted engineers here in the country, and we are churning out so many of them every year. I can say yes, slightly yes, financially, because it's a whole lot of money. It's a whole lot of money for you to say you want to do manufacturing. Go to China. The only reason why China has been able to get so many car brands out there is because the government is supporting most of those enterprises. These guys have, there's something we call in tech, unlimited money. When you see a startup go and raise funds and they are able to compete, don't let me mention brand, but I'll mention brand. Jumia today is able to compete in the e-commerce space because they have access to limited money. These guys will run adverts till next century. And any startup coming out of Africa that wants to compete with them in that space without the same capital, access to capital that this company have, they won't be able to compete. The sheer capacity of Jumia's brand or visibility alone is enough for you to, the first time you want to shop online, you think of Jumia before you start considering Bunga and the many other parts we don't even know they exist. So this thing is very, very capital intensive. Getting access to raw material. You talked about power. I used to work in KCN, and I can give you back as 2015. Yes, 2015, in Lagos there, the Water Works, and they were paying about 18 million naira. 18 million naira every single month. And that's the least they ever paid. As of 2015, the Water Works is just a very, very small thing compared to what we're using as. So just to give you an idea of that is one. You still have to consider diesel. You still have to consider salary and so many other things. See what all the you can see all the things that is going on in the factory. These things are very, very capital intensive. Somebody makes an order, you have to put the factory into overdrive to make sure you meet up with that order. What happens if you have like 3 agencies or 5 agencies putting in multiple orders at the same time? Around the same deadline, all of them want you to deliver in November before the Christmas period. All of them want you to deliver in January. It means you have to put the whole of your staffs in over, and they work all through the night. These things are not small things. And one thing you need to understand about systems is you need to create a system, run that system, perfect it, then do rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. If let's say another car brand wants to come into another country, they already have an existing system. What they do is copy paste, and everything goes as long as they are good on the legal part and good with regulations. Copy paste. They have access to capital. Chairman still needs to come and answer some of these things, and he'll give you a lot of other perspectives to it. But I would answer it. That's my view on it.